G'day, Dave here. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Brisbane and I'm out and about on the new Indian Challenger, and this is a really nice motorcycle.
You know, for me, one of the biggest disappointments that came with the demise of Victory motorcycles was that there would be no more cross-country or crossroads models. Same with the Magnum, which I was fortunate enough to spend extended saddle time on several different examples. Particularly for us big guys, these were outstanding motorcycles. They accommodated the larger gentleman and his passenger in excellent comfort, they were roomy, they performed well, and they were a joy to chuck around, right off the showroom floor. There was no need for extended reach saddles or other accessorising to fit the longer limbed, and they were easily best in class in that regard. The Victory Vision also held a soft spot on my list of great bikes for a big guy, even with its unusual and polarising looks. Which brings me nicely back to the new Indian Challenger. Some of my pals can't get past the look of that big frame mounted fairing, which is a shame because after a few decent runs aboard the big new Indian, I'm pleased to report that the gap left by the big Vics has been filled very nicely. That's not to say that average size riders will find the new model oversized with its 672mm saddle height and wide pulled back handlebars, but the big guys will welcome its spacious comfort as well. It's also gone completely next level with its performance, handling and inclusions. The Power Plus engine is similar to the highly rated Scout motor, on steroids. The capacity of the 60-degree liquid-cooled 4-valve per cylinder power plant has been upped to 1768 cc's or 108 cubic inches. An Indian note that amongst its features are hydraulic valve lash adjusters and hydraulic camshaft chain tensioners, as well as a list of other niceties. It bangs out 122 horsepower and 128 foot-pounds of torque in stock form, and that's all driven through a very sure-shifting 6-speed gearbox with a true overdrive. What I found quite surprising about that overdrive is not only how relaxed the bike feels on the freeway and open road, but also how tractable it is running around town in top gear.
The other thing interesting about this really nice motor is that we're doing 61 kilometres an hour in top gear, and it's no sign of lugging or straining, it's just chugging along really happily. It really is a fantastic motor. It taps out beautifully, but it's also very tractable and very easy to ride.
There are 3 riding modes available in the ride-by-wire setup: rain, normal and sport. Each mode makes quite a difference to the throttle response and power delivery. The EFI is also the best on a big capacity Indian so far. Overall, I found it's a peach of an engine.
We're going to change modes here. We'll go from normal, we'll go to sport mode. And then back.
The bike's handling and road manners also take what was very good with the older Victory models and bring them up to 2020 standard. The inverted telescopic front forks have 130mm of travel, and the single shock with preload adjust rear has it pretty good for a bagger, 114mm of travel available. The dual 320mm semi-floating rotors with 4-piston Brembo radial calipers pull up the 361 kilograms dry weight comfortably.
These brakes are lovely, they really are. Just got really nice feel to them.
And it's fitted with Indian's smart lean technology. To quote the company, it's to keep you confidently grounded and in command of the road with a 6-axis Bosch IMU enabling dynamic traction control, ABS with cornering pre-control and drag torque control. In other words, it is quite confidence-inspiring and surprisingly nimble yet sure-footed when you're hooking in.
It's just such a lovely, firm and planted feel on the road. It really is. And then it's so light when you come to change directions.
It's all enhanced by the impressive road holding of the Metzeler Cruise Tech tyres. It's a 19-inch 130 section on the front and a 16-inch 180 on the rear. In its roomy cockpit, The Ride Command infotainment system is similar to the new Chieftains, and it too has a 100-watt stereo that reminded me of the Magnum. It has an impressive array of trip computers and ride data information available from the 7-inch touchscreen. It's also been laid out in a new dash array that optimises the screen real estate for visibility, and all the usual Bluetooth and connectivity options are included.
The dashboard layout I think is quite nice. It's got the 2 analog instruments here and then the TFT display. So over here on the left hand switch block there's a toggle switch that when you hit takes you through like navigation, your radio, stereo, a combination that is all fully widgetized. When you stop you can actually drag whatever displays you want to feature in any of these windows with a simple drag and drop system. It's very clever.
I spent a few afternoons in cruiser mode around Brisbane and the Bayside with the stereo cranked and feeling that pretty good feeling that comes with riding a nice motorcycle just for the sake of it. Then my pals on the Gold Coast had posted that the regular pre-lockdown Sunday ride was on for sure, so I left Brisbane base and made the hour-long freeway run down to meet up near Robina. The run took us up and around some great back roads and fast open sweepers through the cane fields of the Tweed Valley, up and over the freeway before skirting Murwillumbah and into the scenic Rim region. The bike performed perfectly. I raised the power windscreen to suit the conditions, sat comfortably behind the efficient fairing, moved my riding position on the big wide footboards to suit the pace, cranked up my favourite playlist, and just enjoyed how well the bike dealt with everything the ride threw at it. It handled, it powered, it cruised, it threw around effortlessly, and it rolled away the distance in great comfort. It is a very, very capable motorcycle. By the time that ride was done, I was very enthusiastic about the new Challenger. It's a great tourer with a fuel range well over 400 kilometres according to the excellent onboard trip computer, and it has superb comfort and a great level of appointments. It's also very comfortable around town in cruiser mode. The luggage has central locking, the saddle is all day good, and the power screen is one of my favourite features on any bagger.
One of the features I do particularly enjoy about this bike is over here on the right hand switch block. You got this switch, toggle switch that raises the power screen, and it really does enhance the comfort and ride of the bike.
Sitting here at my computer and downloading the pics and video, I realised that the Challenger is indeed a hard bike to photograph. It's one that definitely looks much better in 3 dimensions than it does on screen or on paper, and again we're back to its polarising looks. It's available in Indian's Dark Horse colourway as tested, or Indian says there are limited options with more gloss and more chrome. Either way, I thought it was much better looking in the flesh. Overall, after some pretty good runs on the bike, this is a brilliantly executed bagger. This example is the demo bike in Indian Brisbane. Talk to the team there if you want to take it for a skid and see if you see what I found.